Alright, now kila mtu anajua gambling ni nini. You know, gambling, betting and all that stuff. And I'm telling you, it's one of the worst financial behaviors that you can have in your life. Because gambling actually can cost you dearly. It can cost you your finances, everything, your savings, your entire wealth. It can cost you everything. I've ever seen someone sell land to gamble, to go and do bet wapi. It can cost you a lot. It can cost you your family. It can cost you your life. Someone thinks it's a joke. Kuna mtu ana gamble, una bet pesa unaekelea 1 million thinking that you are going to win 3 million. Yote inaogelea. And these people go into depression. You think that that is the end of you, and then you end up committing suicide. There are people who gamble and they stake all the money, they lose everything. They are not able to provide for their families. You're not able to take your kids back to school because you thought that you're going to get more money out of gambling. And so, because it's a game that you don't have control of your money, you're just told to do what you're supposed to do this to win this. So there is no management of risk. Unaambiwa sijui, na kuna zingine zinaendeleanga hata kwa TV. There are these things, not TV, kwa nini, radio. Kuna hizi unaambiwa sijui finya namba fulani, weka amount fulani ya pesa and then you are going to win this. All those are gambling. Hakuna story na nini hapo. Aviator and kwanza hiyo mchezo ya aviator imekula watu wengi sana sana youths. So that is, all those are gambling and those michezo and so on and so on. I don't know whether, sitai kujua kama utanikasirikia. All those things you need to stop them because they are going to cost you dearly. Do something that you are sure of, something that you can be able to manage the risk, something that you can be able to control your money, something that is going to give you returns other than gambling. All right. And for today, I want us to talk about ways in which you can stop gambling. For those, for example, who are addicted, una feeling ya mi nisipo bet leo siwezi lala vizuri. You know, those are the habits that you can stop. But there are those people when you wanafikanga hapo, then they feel, no, I need to stop this behavior because it's costing me money, it's costing me a lot, and you know, I need to stop. And then you have already made up your mind that you are going to stop this behavior. And of course, there are some ways that you can employ or maybe you can do so that you can stop that particular behavior. And I've just listed 4 ways in which you can stop gambling. And number 1 is cutting off gambling company. And I'm not talking about organization. Here I'm talking about friends. You know, you realize in most cases, you found yourself in that particular behavior because of friends or what we call peer pressure. All right? Peer pressure. Yeah, watu wengi walijipatanga kwa gambling because of peer pressure. Mabeshte. Mkaenda out, you know, kuna hii games, sijui nini. Msee sijui cheza aviator itakupea. You know, all those kinds of behaviors. And in most cases, we get introduced into these behaviors because of friends, peer pressure, influence, and so on and so on. And then probably you saw your friend win 50,000 and then you thought, what if I do that also? I'm going to win this. And then you find yourself into a mess because that is not how it works. All right. So the first, and when you have made up your mind to stop gambling and you are wondering how to stop because you're already addicted into that behavior, the first thing is to stop, to cut off friends who gamble. Friends who think about gambling and their mind is occupied with gambling, you need to stop with them and cut them off. All right. Now, the second thing is to embrace other new, or maybe to embrace other hobbies, other ways of living. You can do other things. When you think of gambling, you can decide on how something else extra you can do. For example, I normally advise people to, if it's your phone, can you put it aside and focus? You can even put it off for some time. It's not a long-term solution, but it's a short-term solution. And short-term solution all combined, they are going to give a long-term solution. So if it's your phone that you're used to having it every time, or internet, you can cut the internet off. You can keep away from your phone for some time, and then you think about something else. You can take a walk. you can watch a movie, you can do anything to distract your mind away from gambling. And with time, if you adapt that behavior, you're going to realize that it's going to bear some fruits. And of course, your mind will start shifting from gambling, and you start thinking about something constructive. Number 3 is control until you stop. Kuna mtu unafeel kabisa kabisa imekuingia ndani, iko kwa bones, iko kwa damu, unafeel, oh, how do I stop this? You know, like it's like you're going to die. You know, it's like someone who is addicted by drugs. Mtu mwenye amezoea ma drugs, ukimnyima anakaa ni kama sasa like yeye ndo mlevi kabisa hata kuliko wakati amekunywa. So actually you have to take those drugs so that you can become sober and think clearly and walk upright. You know, this now someone who is used to gambling, if you don't gamble, una feel now your life is, you're not comfortable with how you're living. You feel like something is missing, you know? And in order to do this, you need to control. You need to, for example, if you go to a rehab, somebody who takes drugs, you cannot kustopishwa once. No. For example, it's bangi, ulikuwa unakunywa sijui ngapi kwa siku. Unaambiwa today you are taking 2, you know, like such kind of thing. So you need to control. Today you can gamble, tomorrow you can say, today I'm not going to bet on, you know, like you control until you stop the behavior. You cannot just stop pap. No, it cannot happen. So you need to control until you stop. Now, the other and the most effective ways to stop this behavior is seeking for professional therapy. And here I'm talking about professional people who can take you through on that particular session and, you know, like discuss it all and say what you want, say what you feel, and they normally give a therapeutic information on what you're supposed to do. They will give you solutions of what you're supposed to do. They will tell you, stop doing this, start doing this. If it's money that you're putting somewhere, they can even tell you to open an investment account and assume that you are gambling by putting that money into somewhere, and now feeding your mind a positive whatever that is going to tell you, no, when they put this money here, I'm going to get something out of it. So it's like, you know, even gambling can become an opportunity. Other people see it as a problem, but there is a way. Instead of now putting your money into that gambling account, you put it in an investment account. It becomes one of the best way to recover from this particular worst financial behavior. All right, now guys, the most effective one, remember, is peer pressure. Embrace other hobbies, control until you stop. Very important. And seek for professional therapy whenever you need it. But the most important is when you start with you by stopping, like mindset, you know, no. It's like now saying that I want to stop taking drugs. Mimi pombe nataka kuweka chini, sigara nataka kuweka chini. You know, all those kind of drugs, you want to put them there. It's the same, you know, there is no much different with addiction with gambling and addiction with drugs. It's just that drugs destroy your physical, your health and whatever, but here gambling pia ina destroy your physical and health, because ikifika ni mahali upoteze pesa and then you become suicidal, that one is also health, and maybe you leave your family with a lot of huzuni and so on and so on. So guys, be very careful, but of course you have some ways you can control that. Thank you so much guys. This is John Mweri, professional accountant. Continue watching my videos. In case you have any question, clarification, comment, put into the comment section and we move together in this particular year of 2025. All right, thank you so much. We see each other in our next video.